Present.
Underwood Jacobs.
Present.
Vice Mayor, Vice Chairman Chris.
Present.
Mayor Chairman Paris.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. And the invocation tonight is with Pastor Scott Anderson, Lancaster First Assembly of God.
There you are. I'm actually here in his stead. He is on an airplane headed to Washington, D.C., and asked for your forgiveness, and he's going there with 170 other pastors to pray for our leaders. So if you...
They better stay there a month.
Okay, all right. So
what's your name?
My name is Ron Lang. I'm an elder at the Assembly of God Church. So,
thank you for coming.
All right, so let's pray. Father God, we're grateful and honored that we can stand in your presence tonight. Lord, we are grateful that you lead the affairs of men. We ask, Father, that tonight as these council members contemplate the things that are before them, that your Spirit would lead them, would guide them, would bring unity to all of their decisions, Father. We thank you that they have answered the call to service, to serve this community, to see it move forward, and to watch over it and protect it. We ask, Lord, that you would add your hand to that and add your blessing to all that they do. We ask this now in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Thank you.
I have some Eagle Scouts back here. Is that right? Who's that? Oh, where's the Eagle Scouts? I don't think so. No. Do you want to do a pledge?
Sure. Please place your hand over your heart and repeat with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
All right. But first, we have a presentation for Bex. Tim Anderson. Anders, is he here? Where's he? Not here? Well, I didn't want to do it in the first place because I thought they should have named it Rex's.
It was a compromise.
Okay.
We wanted Texas.
But you know, if you all go there and the very front where the brick is and the cooks are behind it, you'll see my name. Okay. We have the Public Works. Who's?
Traffic is kind of difficult.
You got some folks with you? Or are you doing it all yourself? Okay. You're the team. It says here, I'm recognizing the Public Works team.
I represent them.
Okay, great. The hardworking men and women on the front line in keeping our city clean while also maintaining and upgrading our ever-changing infrastructure. This evening provides us with an opportunity to recognize the many, oftentimes unsung heroes of our community and acknowledge their many accomplishments. Just a few of the department's successes include ongoing conversion of the city's streetlights to more efficient LEDs. How far are we along?
We're we are about 1,500 lights in.
That's pretty good. We're going to be that's pretty cool. All of our lights are going to be digital. I mean, LEDs. Yeah. How long did you get to do that? What's the target?
15,000 lights. So we're going to, around September or so, it'll be all
You guys are busy. The Revive 25 team, treating more than 235 lane miles of roads throughout the city, with another 325 lane miles planned for treatment by the end of the calendar year. The recycling of more than 63,000 gallons of paint and nearly 13,000 gallons of used oil, the utilization of over 66 million gallons of recycled water for construction and irrigation, the cleaning and inspection of an average of 32,000 sewer lines every month, and the street maintenance staff addressed pothole repairs over a period of 5 days, filling and repairing more than 7,200 potholes. You all don't believe that, do you? The diligent and meticulous work of the Public Works staff does not go unnoticed. On behalf of the entire City Council, thank you for all you've done and continue to do for the betterment of our community, and officially proclaim the week of May 22nd through 26th to be the Public Works Week here in the city of Lancaster. And this is Gabe Neverez, right? And if you don't get those potholes done, we ain't going to be here.
Thank you very much.
He's here.
What?
Oh, she's here.
You were tired.
Yeah, he went out.
So you're changing the name to Rex's?
Yeah. You know, some people actually think it is, believe it or not.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I tell them. Tonight we'll take a moment to recognize one of our finest local establishments, Beck's, which is celebrating its 7th anniversary right here on the boulevard. Wow, 7 years already. It was
Forever. Look quick.
I would like to first congratulate owner Tim Andrews and his team for their ongoing success as part of our downtown district. Beck's has been a landmark of our revitalized downtown district since the completion and transformation of the project in 2010. Beck's was actually what kicked it off. You know, I really saw it was going to happen when that happened. The subsequent addition of the Rochambeau Lounge, as well as the bowling alley, although we had a lot of concerns about that pole you put in Rochambeau.
It's no longer there.
Good. Beck's, along with the other wonderful establishments on the boulevard, contributes immensely to the cultural hub that is our downtown. Tim Andrews' dedication to small business as a former president of the Boulevard Association has been a great asset to the community. Beck's serves as a wonderful example of how small businesses thrive here in Lancaster. And on behalf of the City Council, we have one for you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So let's move Daryl up. Do I have the...
We're going to do Henry.
Oh, Henry's in. They said you had something you wanted to do?
I'm hoping I'm that old I can do that. I can't do it.
Mr. Mayor, thank you. Okay. I'd like to say to our mayor, city council, our city manager, and all of the staff, thank you so very much. Let me talk at you for a second. I got 3 minutes. And what I'd really like to say tonight is that I am so honored and so thankful for the privilege of knowing that our city, and I don't know how I came up with that, I think the other day, that our city is a city of first things. We just do things first. Going all the way back to Dr. Martin Luther King, when that came up, every city had the opportunity to either do or not do Dr. Martin Luther King Day as a day of honor. Our city was the first city who grabbed that up here in the Antelope Valley and took that on. I don't want to get into my part of that. Back in '90 when I got elected here, it was our city who reached out, and I had friends on the inside of the city at the time that I even ran for the city council. Our city is a city of first, and now we have a very fine young minister, a great pastor here in our city, a man who just at the railroad track and Sierra Highway, who is doing great things. And I'm just saying to you, Mr. Mayor, and to all of you, by receiving him as your deputy and our friend and our pastor.
Did you hijack my appointment speech? I had no idea that's what you were going to talk about.
Well,
That was my appointment speech.
yes, sir. But I just want you all to know that I really appreciate it, and I leave the
Henry, it's
the
another
rest of it
first.
for my mayor. But I do want you all to know that I am very honored to be a part of this, because I know that when it's all said and done, our city is going to be tons and tons better because of this brother that you have selected, and he is short of nothing except love, caring, outreach, and he doesn't just turn around and look for how many blacks he can find. All he needs to do is to believe that he's a human being, and Darrell Doris is ready to do it. So I want you all to know that I thank you so very much for allowing me these words to make that statement. Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. What do I do, sit down now? I just go sit down? Okay. Thank you so much. Did I make my time?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Mr. Mayor, I'm out of order, and I know that.
No kidding.
This is my pastor from my church. He took my place. Very fine minister with him, Avery Austin. This is good stuff.
Henry's done now.
All right.
I wonder if Rex has got something to say. What do you think?
Well, I first want to nominate him. And
Mr. Mayor, did you want to move item CA1 to the front of the meeting?
yeah, that's what I want to do. And
Henry did it.
that was,
Thank you so much. You all are so nice to me today.
you know, Henry, it's really hard for me to be Mayor Oriole when you do that to me. I mean, I'm discombobulated now. All right.
Another first.
All right, I'm nominating Darrell Doris for vice mayor. No, sorry, deputy. I mean, deputy mayor. Deputy.
Darrell, I was going to vote for you.
I need a second.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed. Our new deputy mayor.
Congratulations, sir.
No, we don't. We already got their votes. We can turn our back to them now.
Make sure I don't make Marv mad.
Swear him in.
I'm going to swear him in, but I want to give my speech to him. You know, we are constantly trying to grow this city, and we are constantly looking for ways to do it that we hadn't thought of before.
And so one day I'm in a meeting, and there's this really big guy, right? And I'm really little, right? Down there. And next thing I know, this guy is... True story. That's a true story, isn't it? Right?
Yes.
Right? That is how Daryl and I met. You have brought a lot of firsts into my life. I don't think anyone had ever done that before. Well, at least not after I got elected. But it started a friendship and an understanding of each other and a recognition that we really are on the same page of where we want to take the city. And because I don't do that to people. I needed somebody to do that. No. I think Daryl is going to weave us together in ways we haven't dreamed of before. And I had never been to a Pentecostal church until I went to his church. I had the best time.
I didn't have no snakes either.
That's right. He didn't have any snakes either. All those things I was scared of weren't true. But if you haven't been there, you need to go. It was a lot of fun. Different. It was great. Right? Energy. And Daryl's going to bring that energy to the city. And I don't know where it's going to take us, but I know we're going to be better off because of it. Well, I, Daryl Dorris.
I, Daryl Dorris,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Do I have to move now?
Daryl, put it away before we get in trouble.
All right. First of all, I'd like to thank the City Council. Thank you so much to Mayor Rex Parrish and all of the council and the city and the commissioners and all of the friends that serve. I am so excited and elated. I came out here 21 years ago, actually a little later than that, 1994. I came to help my father with this ministry. Didn't like it then. I wasn't married yet. Wasn't too much for me, a young man, to do. Then I found me a beautiful wife and decided to whether or not I should come back. Can I say hello to my wife? Is that all right? My wife for 20 years this July. Amen. If I could take 30 more seconds, can my children stand, please? Come on. My children. My daughter just finished her first year at CSUN, so I'm excited about that. All right. I'm getting these other boys into school or the military, one or the other.
Is she getting up at, Daryl?
Yes.
Is she getting up at 6 o'clock?
I'm working on it. I told her. All right. My car broke down, and from that, I stayed out here since. And God has been good to me. I want to say to all my clergy friends, to all my pastors' friends. Pastors, will you stand, please? That's here. All my pastor friends, come on. Pastor Tina, and of course, we can all thank the Father of this valley. Thank God for Bishop Hearns. Amen. And to one of the best barbers in the city, I see my man Ron, which is an entrepreneur in this city. I thank God for him. Looking back, and then working in the probation department for numerous years, then the Lord blessed me to become a full-time pastor at Living Faith Cathedral. I believe that the responsibility of leading and changing lives in this city is something God has gifted me to do. And I love this city. My children are in this city. I plan on dying in this city. And I want to do my part in this city. I love the city with all my heart. Everything that good has happened to me in this city. And I just want to tell you that whatever ability I have and whatever energy I have, the city has it. And I just want to say thank you. Last thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to sit down. The Bible states that a 3/4 cord is not easily broken. And what that basically saying is we're better together. And I am so grateful for a city, a mayor and a city council that includes everyone, all races, all ethnicities, all backgrounds, no matter where we come from, that we can come and build the greatest city in the United States. So thank you again for the appointment. Thank you for allowing me to serve, and I'm going to do my best to make you proud. God bless you.
Well, Henry, are there any other items you want to?
By the way,
I guess the very first thing I'd like to do is to say that I really got my signals mixed up, and I ask your forgiveness on that, even though I know we're playful, but I just missed the cue. And that was to present to you a thank you. Come on up, young pastor, real quick. Is to give you and the council a thank you for having a wonderful staff through Mark Brazigan and all of those who helped. And this lady is the one who had the vision, and we had a tent revival that was second to none, and Mark even came personally and spoke to the community, and that's what I was supposed to do. But I got into your speech.
Yeah, I know.
I just want to say thank you. Thank you, City Council. Thank you so much. Thank you, the staff. Thank you so much. And I thank everyone for supporting the God-given vision that God gave me. And everyone was so pleasant, and I so appreciate you. And Denise McFarland, Joshua Johnson, Tess, they were just wonderful. So, and Mr. Buzigan, I appreciate you so much. We were able to feed people. We were able to give children shoes, and we were able to help the community. Amen. God bless you. Thank you.
Again, thank you so much. Yeah.
2-minute break. Okay, let's take a 3-minute break.
Okay. Good. Okay, let's go. Okay, we're back in order. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? It's unanimous. Consent calendar, anything to be removed?
The city attorney has an announcement on this.
Yes, with regard to item CC4, that matter is an item of interest to the public generally, and therefore there are no conflicts for that matter, and all of you may vote.
I'll move that we accept the consent calendar as currently comprised.
Second that.
Let's vote. It's unanimous. Okay, I couldn't hear you on CC4. What's the deal on that?
I was telling you that no one has a conflict because it's a matter of interest to the public generally and fits under
I
that
see.
exception of the FPPC rules.
Okay.
Sorry, I spoke as loud as I could.
NB1 and 2, the city attorney has an announcement.
Same thing. This one also pertains to the public generally as it's a citywide project, and therefore there are no conflicts.
Are there any speaker cards?
We have no speaker cards.
Let's waive the staff report.
Can
Is
we
there-
take those concurrently, given that?
Yes, you may.
I'll move we accept NB1 and NB2.
I'll second that.
Let's vote. Unanimous. Public hearing item number 1
No.
is now open. No speaker cards. Let's waive the staff report. Is there a motion? Oh, you need to make an announcement. You're busy today, aren't you?
Yes. With regard to this one, I request that the motion include the following language. And that is, I move approval of Resolution 17-25 with Section 3 revised to read, based on and consistent with the fee study, the fees for a local license pursuant to Chapter 5.56.060 of the city's municipal code shall be as follows, and continuing with items A and B as stated in the agenda packet.
That was a mouthful.
Is that all? Is there a motion?
Yes.
I'll make the motion.
I second that.
Let's vote. It's unanimous. Okay. Public hearing item 2. Public
No
hearing
speaker
is
cards.
now open. Waive the staff report. Is there a motion?
Move that we accept PH2.
I'll second that motion.
Let's vote. It's unanimous. Public hearing item number 3. Public hearing is now open.
We do have a speaker card.
Mr. Ludicky.
We'll be doing the staff report first, sir. Just a moment.
Mayor Paris, members of the City Council, the proposed ordinance amendment that's in front of you is to deal with the issue of what's known as free-range grazing. This is a concern that was raised by our Planning Commission and has come to you out of their concern. What the ordinance would do if adopted is require that any kind of grazing that occurs for animals would have to occur in an area where the property owner has given permission, and also that the owner of the animal, the owner of the property, would have to take reasonable steps to ensure that the animal is controlled. And what this is designed to address are situations where we've had a lot of grazing that has occurred, particularly on the west side of the city, and the grazing activity, once it's completed, tends to strip the soil, create the possibility of dust and erosion of that type. This would also require that even in cases where the property owner has given permission, that there is a responsibility on the part of the person owning the property and also the person grazing the animals to ensure that there is not a creation of adverse dust impacts. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have. Also, of course, Chairman Vos is present. He may be able to provide you any insight that the Planning Commission had in their discussion.
Any questions? Okay, Mr. Gross.
I've lived here all my life, known Rex Paris all my 15 since I was 15 years old. Marvin and I grew up together. This west side area where this dust control problem has arisen, isn't this where all your solar farms are?
Well, do you mean, do I own the solar farms?
No, you did. This is where you approved them.
That's accurate.
That's where all this dust problem has arisen.
No, I didn't say that. You asked me.
That's where the dust control problem has arisen.
Okay.
It actually has, it goes back several years prior to the solar farm.
Actually,
I'm going
Marvin,
to answer your question.
No.
I'm going to answer your question. So it goes back several years where one of the farmers were farming back there. There's several mitigations that the AVA-QMD did for certain properties that were there. They let the sheep come in on those properties after they were mitigated by the AVA-QMD, and they pulled it up so it was...
Marvin, this all is about you're making political cover for your solar farms. That's all this is.
Mr. Gross,
try to BS a bullshitter, but that's all it is.
Mr. Gross, understand this. I don't think I need any political cover at all for it. All right?
All it is political cover for your solar farms.
No, I know exactly what I'm doing with my
sheep
solar farms.
Grazing in the valley anymore.
I wondered about that. I'm not.
So to say that you're getting rid of a problem, the problem, you just inundated my neighborhood with that big giant solar farm up off of Avenue L. Come on. You think I like looking at all those solar panels?
And isn't that really why you're here, is you don't like looking at it?
You know what? I don't care, because you know what? Those Chinese solar panels that you let them put up there, in 10 years, they're going to die out. And then what are you going to have? I don't care, really. I'm just telling you, realistically, the whole point is the dust issue is not from the sheep, it's from the solar farms. So the grazing issue, it's a non-issue. The issue is your solar farms.
Go against it? Is that what you're saying?
The solar farms are the problem. The sheep are not the problem.
I get that that's what you think. What do you want us to do with the grazing thing?
Well, I don't know why you're going after the sheep farmers.
Okay. All right.
I mean, the solar farms are already in, so I can't stop them. And I'm not saying stop them. I'm just saying you too someday are going to kneel before Jesus and answer, just like I am.
And I'm going to have to answer for a lot of things, but I guarantee you it will not have anything to do with solar panels.
And you know what?
In fact, I wish it did.
All those solar farms are not going to change God's plan.
Thank you. Okay, is there a motion? Close the public hearing. Now is there a motion?
Yeah, I'll move that we introduce ordinance number 1022, amending chapter 1708.
Second that.
Let's vote. Thank you. So did we, on CA2, did we send out a
a notification that we're changing the commissions around? I mean, I don't have it in front of me right now.
Your intent would, as you discussed it, would be to nominate.
All right, I got it. Marvin stole my notes. He was,
He's like that.
I guess you're against this, huh?
Yeah.
Basically, we're going to be adding a healthy community commission to deal with the homeless impact, and I think that's all I want to deal with right now. All right?
Sir, if I may, then we will bring an ordinance back to you next meeting.
Okay, good.
We'll do that.
And in that ordinance, can we have something in it that has the ability to have some alternates?
Alternates to sit on the commission?
Yes.
Sure.
That was a smart move.
To ensure a quorum.
Took you 6 years to come up with that?
It's pretty good. I don't have an affinity for goats, but
We're not going there. Okay, so just so you all know, that's what we're doing. And no, Mark, you're not going there either. Okay. Report from Vice Mayor Christ on the Antelope Valley Transit Authority.
we're doing good. We looked at our budget. We're still just a little bit short. For the monies that are going to allow us to go all electric, so we're still looking for other things to allow us to purchase all the buses. We should be getting 10 to 15 new buses here in the next couple weeks, so that's a good thing. But what was really good is AVTA today received the recipient of the California Air Quality Leadership and Government Award. Was being recognized for the outstanding contributions to Californians' clean air future and for our commitment to reducing the pollution and improving air quality in California. We couldn't do it without the AVA QMD, the county, and the mayor. We thank BYD for what they've done, WAVE, and to all the riders that have tolerated the strike so far. Another thing that they talked about today was we're going to change the drop-off point at Kaiser. So we're actually going to go inside the facility. So Kaiser did request us to come in, so the drop-off actually is about a half a mile, so people don't have to walk that complete area around. We did some testing. We're going to have the drop-off point in front of Kaiser at the hospital, so that's a good thing. Do you want me to do my other reports now?
Yeah.
I'll let you do the criminal justice. We went to the Honda press conference we have a new Honda dealer in the city of Lancaster with Mike Sullivan. I thought that was very good, very well handled. He's a great guy. He's looking to open more stores around here. We did the fairgrounds strategic planning today. All 4 boards at the fairgrounds met the strategic planning and accepted our new strategic plans for the fairgrounds, which includes building a convention center. So that was it.
Good. Thank you. Any other council reports?
I was a bit busy over the last couple of weeks. We had a Mother's Day tea at MOA, and that was themed Made in the Mojave. It was an excellent event. We also had a Fallen Heroes event at the Jethawk Stadium, which was phenomenal as well. And then just a couple of days ago, we had a Making Appropriate Choices, which was an article in the newspaper regarding that. That is a prevention program to keep children off of alcohol, tobacco, and drugs. And we did a certificate presentation to approximately 34 students, and so far we've graduated about 134 from the program.
Anyone else? So last week, Mark and I and Jason, we met with the, and Vern, We met with the CEO of third largest company in China, who is looking at the valley and will be making some additional announcements. So BYD will not be so lonely. If everything goes well, obviously. Okay, City Manager, you got any announcements?
Just two videos. The first one is about the Honda, Lancaster, and Subaru of AV press conference. I thought it was great, but this guy's going to be a great partner, and I think it's really instructive of what he says about this city, and it was genuine. So we have that video first.
We just closed escrow in April on both Honda and Subaru. So we've been now 6 weeks old, and I think that it's just the first of a couple of stores for us.
How has it been working with the city of Lancaster?
It's been a pleasure so far. I come from towns that are a little tough. Lancaster has just absolutely opened their arms for me, asked very genuinely, what can we do to help? How can we help you succeed that'll benefit the community? I'm really excited about it. It's a big deal for me.
It's critically important that this auto mall thrive. And anytime somebody can buy a car at this auto mall, they help their city, because we get a piece of the taxes, the sales tax. That sales tax is a major component of our revenue sources. It's as important to us that they thrive as it is to them.
It's a great day for Lancaster. More jobs, more revenue for the city. I think it's an amazing thing.
He was exuberant about how many people came here and how different it is up here than down below.
Well, that's exactly what we do. We are a business-friendly city.
I'm just really excited about this new partnership. It just took me by surprise at how much we can do together and how much progress we can make. There's a lot to do here.
The next step is getting the automobiles that are driven in Lancaster to a net zero. And they get that. The Sullivans get that. And so they'll be able to help us develop the infrastructure. A lot of great things are coming our way.
I live off the grid. I drive off the grid about half the time because my electric cars are plugged in by solar panel. So it's very much who we are. Your environmental awareness is just an easy piece for us. So thanks.
Mark? Yes, sir. Joe filmed that, so it looked like I was losing my hair. I would like you to look into that for me.
He will be severely disciplined for that, sir. I noticed that too, sir. That's not the truth. Number two, I think one of our underappreciated events, not by the people that go because it's always a sellout, but just generally is the Mother's Day Tea. It's an amazing event. We had Rhonda, Councilwoman Underwood Jacobs, and a few others there, and it really was well done. So we have a short video on that.
We're here at MOA today to celebrate the women who gave us everything, our mothers, at their 5th annual Mother's Day Tea. We also got a sneak peek at the new Made in the Mojave exhibition.
We had the Mother's Day event, and it was phenomenal. We had different models doing fashion. I swear you would have thought you were in Italy or in New York someplace. They took things that were disposed of and created something new, and I just thought it was amazing. People ask me what are the top 2 things that I'm most proud of, and number 1, marrying my husband and having my children. Seeing someone just come into their own and grow and blossom, I think that's probably the best part.
We're celebrating our rich desert and our resources and our history and the landscape itself.
What does Mother's Day mean to you?
I'm seriously lucky because my mom is still around and she's here and we're very close, so I feel, fortunate to be able to have that opportunity to be with her on this day. But also, I have 3 daughters, so it makes it even more special to be able to participate in an event like this with them.
My favorite part yesterday when I came up here and looked at it was the rooftop. You have to come see the rooftop. The kids of RX Paris High School participated in our MLK Day this year and went out and found trash in the desert at a illegal dumping site. And then they took those found objects and turned them into beautiful works of art upstairs. They are fascinating. They're these beautiful, tall Joshua trees made of just found objects out in the desert. It's wonderful.
Very good, thank you. So where are we on, we were going to honor a group of people, the 40th anniversary, where are we on that?
At your next meeting, we will have, start a monthly Community Heroes honoring those folks. And then the 40th anniversary will culminate in a couple of celebrations and honor for some of those people in October, and then another event in November. But starting at in your June meeting, we will start honoring people once a month.
Okay, so we're not going to let it get away from us.
No, it's all planned and ready and good.
Okay, great, thank you. Okay, City Clerk?
This is the time to address the City Council, agency, and authorities on non-agendized matters. Speaker cards can be found on the back table of the council chambers. Individual speakers are limited to 3 minutes each. State law prohibits the City Council from taking action on items not on the agenda, and your matter may be referred to the City Manager. Thank you.
Thank you. David Paul?
Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council, good evening. Tonight I came to talk about inspiration, and I have to tell you I was inspired, Councilwoman Jacobs, by the Mother's Day presentation and the other video we just watched. Those were just extras for me. In honor of Public Works Week, I want to tell you the story of a pothole, and last council meeting, I wanted to talk about all the great things the city does. There's just too much to mention. And one of the things was for Jason Cottle and everyone else that helps on the street lights and getting the energy program franchised out to other cities. That's all very inspirational. But the pothole story, I have a store I like over by 20th West and J. It's the Goodwill store. I get a lot of great things there. And there was this pothole that if you made a right-hand turn out of the thing, you would fall in. And I was skeptical, and last meeting I know you talked about fixing the potholes and all that, but this happened before that, because that hole was there for about 3 days, and one day it was gone. And I marveled at that. I said, they're filling these things as they happen, so thank you for that, because that did inspire me. And another Public Works point, I was at 20th West and J, or Lancaster Boulevard, I'm sorry, and there's confusing signage. There's signage in 2 different colors, and we have our Lancaster sign, and then we have the street sign. And I was thinking about, because I was looking at that, and I'm thinking, positive and clear. I know we like that, but I think it's time for a change for our city, because these are times when people need more definitive proofs of things, and positively clear, what does that mean? That's what I think. So I thought, for this city that inspires me so much, a slogan of inspiration and progress. And I thought about maybe inspiration and innovation go together, but you can have innovation without progress, but most progress is predicated on innovation. So I see progress here. That helps me. That helps me so much in these troubling times. And everything I saw here tonight was wonderfully inspirational, and I can't tell you how grateful I am to have found this city to live in. It's a pleasure, and there's so much love and goodness here that it just certainly makes me feel better. So thank you to everyone.
I would love to. I'd love to be able to be up here and yay and be happy and cheerful. And believe me, I would love to. I'd love to see my kids like that. I'd love to see us all like that, But I have 3 minutes. And so is it safe to say that I'm up here more often than you'd like me to be, or less? I mean, I've come here many times, right? How many times? Many times.
Say your presence here makes me sad.
Here's the thing.
It does.
I've come up here and talked about many things that are going on, many problems, which, if they're problems, they're problems. You know what I mean? You can't come up here and talk about and say, oh, this is so great, like I hear all the time, oh, the community, the things that you have going on. Well, maybe in my world here, they're not, because it's all bad and all sad all the time. okay? Living out in the middle of the desert hasn't been much fun either. I mean, it's been acceptable, it's what I had to do or whatever. But this last time now, once again, they come and destroyed my whole place. I mean, threw human feces all over my place, destroyed it, stole all my stuff from out there too again. It's a number of things. It's been 10 years ago, I mean, one thing after the other. I've come up here how many times and said, this is what's going on. But you guys haven't cared. You guys haven't done anything about it. It hasn't been like, oh, we'll talk to you about it over here. No, it doesn't really happen. It doesn't ever happen. And it just keeps getting worse. So many good people have been hurt and have died and have not been in the same situation. I know how it feels because I've been there. You're not allowed to see your kids have been taken away. You're not allowed to participate in certain things because you don't want to be part of all that bad stuff that you know is not right. And it's taken a toll on all those people, good people that I feel should be compensated for what they've been through, or reunited with their family, or have their homes back, or their lives back, or something, instead of feeling this way all the time. I mean, look at that tree there that was like, oh yeah, it's dead. I mean, everything out here is dead. Unless, of course, it seems like you're vibrant because you're killing those people, so you're getting all their energy or whatever to be able to live and thrive, while the rest of us are dying.
Marvin does that.
That's why he's losing his hair.
Oh, yeah, that's why.
Right, Joe?
That's why.
Maria, I've told you
I'm
before.
losing my storage any day, which is the rest of everything I have, my children's pictures, my everything. You've known everything that's went on here because I've told you. Not just because I've told you, but
Maria,
I know
if I
that
can
you've
help you
been involved in all the managers, the administrators, especially even in this last election, how that happened too. I mean, the community backs you, because you need them. I mean, it needs them to make the money here. The fake medical crap that we need all this, we don't.
Thank you.
What am I going to do? I'm not going to just and walk away again this time, okay? Unless, of course, I'm going to be threatened with being arrested again, which how many times has that happened, too, just for wanting to speak and help. Help the people that are dying out there. Do you understand?
Good night.
Really, we're there again.
Good night.
All of you guys should not even, you guys should all be fired. You guys should not even be allowed. You don't help anybody but the people that are your members or your clients or your whatever, partners.
Josefina Martinez.
Good afternoon, good evening, Mayor and members of the City Council. My name is Josefina Martinez, and I come here I'm part of Pentecostal Church of God, and there's 4 pastors on the last row. Those 4 pastors belong to different cities, and and each one of them has their local church in different cities, like I said, and we're here to petition a change of zoning, because Pentecostal Church of God is in search of a central point to build a church with an adjoining convention center. And there's a small church here that we have in Lancaster, and we really like Lancaster. We've seen many changes in the city of Lancaster, and yes, some of those changes don't bring happiness to some of the citizens, but changes bring progress. And sometimes when we feel comfortable in the place where we've lived for a long time, we feel that we have been invaded, and we don't want those changes. But we think that changes do bring progress, and we believe that Lancaster is a city in big progress, and we like that. And that's why we have chosen Lancaster as our point of meeting. We have 95 churches in the Pacific region and we're in international church. We have different churches in all over the world, Hawaii, Mexico.
Mrs. Martinez, let me ask you some questions. Have you met with the planning department yet?
I haven't.
Okay. That's where you have to start,
Okay,
okay? And work with the planning department.
okay,
And 9 times out of 10, they'll take care of all of your needs.
right,
And if they don't, then you see Mr. Vos at the planning commission, and then you see me after that.
okay,
All right, meaning this council, you see us after that.
very well. Thank you so much.
But I think you'll find that if it's something doable, we'll do it. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, where's another one? Is it Seta, Shirley? Oh, you're from the college too, aren't you?
Yes.
And you're late.
I know. I'm sorry. I was told that this meeting started at
Well,
6.
let
so.
me mark you off.
Dang it. I'm trying to get an A. No, just kidding. So hi, my name is Lita Shirley, and I'm a student at ABC. I've been assigned by my political science professor to ask you guys to introduce yourselves, and then also I want to ask how long you guys have been a part of the city council.
Is that the best question you could come up with?
Maybe. I'm sorry.
I mean, I could give you hair growing advice.
She doesn't need it.
Yeah, I'm a lion. No, just kidding. I guess, do you guys have any new infrastructure plans?
Yes, we do.
Oh, and where and why?
Well, I can't tell you where,
Oh,
because then people would go buy up the land, right?
okay.
But we're expecting a lot of manufacturing to come to the city.
Manufacturing?
Yeah,
Like,
meaning jobs.
oh,
Or, they make things,
okay.
right? Isn't that a fair statement, Mark? They make things. Did I give away the secret?
No, that was surprisingly secretive.
See, they only tell me a little bit because they know I can't keep a secret. So these folks know, but they won't tell me. So maybe you should ask them, and then I'll learn too.
I think that's my only question.
Yeah. It works just like it does at home. I mean.
Okay.
Okay.
So then
class are
when
you
will
in?
this develop? Political Science 101?
And why are you taking it?
It's general education. I'm a psychology major. I plan on being a psychology, not professor, I'm a psychologist in a school.
Did you learn anything tonight?
Dang it, I came to come early. Like, here at 5. I wish. But it was, yeah.
Okay. Thank you. You had a lot of courage.
Okay.
I appreciate it. So did we answer any questions you had?
Just for you guys to introduce yourselves.
I'm sorry, what?
Can you all introduce yourselves, or is that
I can't hear.
introduction?
Oh, you want me to introduce ourselves to you?
Yeah, because I
Can't
guess
you
she's
read?
gonna
I mean,
watching the video. Okay, she's watching the video, so she can read. You heard the reply. Anyway, huh? She said she's gonna watch it. That's how she's gonna figure out that we came.
Oh. And what's her name?
Amakadan, Professor Amakadan. Yeah.
Makadan.
Yes.
Hi, Professor.
All right. Well, she got the reply. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Come back. Well, the one thing you should have learned is it can be a lot of fun, right? It's a lot more fun than you thought it would be, isn't it? Okay.
Shane, yes, it's your turn. And I certainly hope you're entertaining.
I hope so too. Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is Shane Stevenson, and I am also a political science student at Antelope Valley College with the same professor. Hi, Professor. I just had a quick question. How would you help schools recruit and retain highly qualified teachers?
You know, that's certainly a struggle for them, you know, because the budgets aren't there. You know, that's the downside. But I think the upside is most of the people I know who teach because they love it. And so I would probably try to figure out a way to make that experience better. You know, what is it that teachers don't like? What is it that students do that they don't like? You know, especially your age group can be terribly unforgiving. You know?
I'm not unforgiving. I usually like listening to teachers. I was also assigned to have you guys introduce yourselves to me, same as her.
Seta tried to do that and it didn't work out too good for her, did it?
I'm only asking because, again, she's watching. So.
Teacher's watching. That's the only reason he asked. Okay.
He's being persistent.
Well,
I'm Marvin Christ, Vice Mayor, City of Lancaster.
I was pointing at Sheldon.
Thank you.
I'm Sheldon Carter, Criminal Justice Commissioner.
Sheldon Carter?
Sheldon, S-H-E-L-D-O-N.
Carter.
Mr. Mann.
My name's Kenneth Mann. I'm sorry. I'm Kenneth Mann. I'm the youngest member on the council, so so just wanted to set that record straight.
I see it.
And he already met you, Marvin. And I'm not that easily manipulated. I don't know about the rest of you. I'm Rex. I'm the mayor.
Angela Underwood Jacobs.
Raj Mali. And I'm not on the council. I'm chairman of the Planning Commission, Jim Vose.
Okay.
What is he trying to tell us something?
No, the point is, Ken mentioned that he was the youngest. Actually, I'm the oldest, almost in the room.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, Shane, which one's telling the truth?
To be honest, I'm not really sure. This is the first time for me coming up here, so it's really an honor, honestly.
So how come your heart's not racing and you're...
It actually is. I'm just a really good actor.
Really good. Really good. I'm impressed. Thanks.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Is Chase your brother?
Yes, he is.
So you've already stolen his act. What's he going to do?
He's funnier. He's more funny than I am.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, Chase.
So, good evening, members of the council. I am a political science 101 student as
See
well.
your heart beating.
Probably. I'm trying to hold it back. I'm Shay Stevenson, and as well as them, I'm asked that you guys introduce yourselves to me. If
We already did that. You got to do something new now.
I can read it. It's okay.
What?
I was saying I can read the names on it.
He's the smart one.
That's superb.
So I just have some questions.
Help your brother
regarding
with that, would you? Help your brother with the letters, would you?
Will do. I just have some questions regarding more like to public schools. So I was saying, what is your top priority for improving public education?
To make it free.
Make it free?
Yeah, I think it's important that students get an education, not necessarily at the university level, but at the community college level, that we look at that all students have the opportunity to get an education at a community college level. If they want to go further on than that, then they might have to pay for it.
Okay. I do agree with that.
I thought he would be against that.
Against that?
That's great. You just did a wonderful thing, because in L.A., that's what they're doing, right?
I think it's
Yeah.
good.
All right, Mark. You guys agree? Anybody disagree with it?
No.
We're not agendized. We're not reaching a consensus.
Uh-oh.
What'd you say?
I said we're not agendized to reach a consensus on that issue.
We were just talking about it, though, huh?
Yeah, we already do it through the AVA QMD. We subsidize the bus routes for all the students at there, where we allow all the students to ride the AVTA buses for free.
Okay.
So it's subsidized through other grant money that we received.
And you didn't know that, did you?
To be honest, I didn't.
That means the other students don't know it, right?
I assume.
So what are the four of you going to do about that?
What am I going to do? I mean,
We don't do this for you. We do this with you.
with us.
But I mean, it would seem to me that if you four didn't know that, it's not being publicized at the college. Right?
I agree.
I mean,
so
I don't think there's too many communities that I'm aware of that have free bus rides for students.
Well, there's a bill out, there's a Senate bill out, I think it's Senate Bill 17, that is out right now, where the California legislatures are looking to allow the students of colleges to ride for free.
It's a funding mechanism to
Right.
allow more transit authorities to be able to do what AVTA has already done, and that is provide free rides for college students.
Seta, are you listening to this? Huh? Are you listening to this? Because I'm serious. I want you guys to figure out a way to make certain that every student at ABC is aware of this. I mean, it's a travesty to have that available, and people who need it may not know it exists, right?
To be honest, because I had to work for my car to get to school before I had my own ride. I know I'm over my 3 minutes, but I do agree with that. I didn't actually know that, but that's really good to know, to be honest.
Good. I'm glad you guys came. See, we're making progress.
I'm glad I came, honestly. It was an honor, kind of not taking my brother's words, but I do appreciate you guys talking to me, though.
Shane, do you see how much better Chase did?
I may have had to learn from him a little bit, but, you know, yeah.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, though.
All right, Giovanni. Is it Giovanni Trissel? Okay.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council members. My name is Giovanni Trezil. I, too, am a Antelope Valley College student. I'm in the Political Science 101 class, and I'm a communications major. I had watched a couple YouTube videos before I came here just to know what I was getting myself into, and I just went to ask Mayor Rex Parris that I just want to know, how old were you when you first knew you could grow a full beard? Because I'm trying to work on it. It's not really.
Are you talking about him?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I think I was probably 22, 21. I did it as quickly as I can because I got a really weak chin, you know. And now it makes me look manly, you know.
that's what I want.
But one time I shaved it off, and my wife would not go out with me. True story. Would not even go to the store with me. It was so humiliating.
That's really interesting.
I mean, when you think about it, it shouldn't have bothered her at all, should it?
Probably not.
But you can see her point.
She was younger then.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I'll come up with another question on the spot. How can we work together to fight the problem of bullying in school?
To fight what?
How to fight the problem of bullying in school?
You got to speak louder because your mayor's deaf.
To fight the problem of bullying in schools?
Bullying?
Yeah.
Is there bullying at the college?
I believe there's bullying everywhere, in the workplace, school, wherever the situation comes up.
I know that's certainly true on the council.
We've had classes on bullying from the criminal justice since 2010. I think the West Side School District through Del Sur put on a class with their students to make people aware of what it's going on. So they did mock funerals. They did everything in the council chambers. So we did that through the criminal justice. We also did it through the council itself. So it's just to make people aware of the situation so that they don't actually get involved in it.
Did you see any positive results after the classes?
I think yes is the answer to your question, but I think it's still online if it's one of the ones in 2010, but it's very moving, and it's what it does and the need for people to bullying, it addresses that issue. So that's good. Good question.
You know, in our office, we have like 70-some people now. I like to think it's a really good place to work, but one of the reasons that it is that we don't tolerate those people. Meaning, the culture in the place is if you come in and start abusing other employees, you get one warning and then they're gone. And I think if more schools did that, more businesses did that, it'd be a lot less of a problem than it is now. Now, we're lawyers, and lawyers bully people all the time, I'm sorry to say. And what we do when somebody comes into our office who's another lawyer and does that, we go and get other lawyers, and they just stare at them. You know? And then we tell them, you know, when you're bullying me, I can't do my job because it scares me, and I shouldn't have to come to work and be scared. And we find that puts an end to it immediately, you know, because usually people aren't aware of what they're doing. Just a thought, but it works for us. You know, but it's something that my lawyers just won't tolerate. I mean, they'll leave. Okay, go tell the judge. You know, we can't do it professionally. I think for bullies to thrive, you've got to have a culture where you don't report them. And until we correct that culture, I think they'll continue to thrive. Does any of that make sense?
A lot of sense. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. I enjoy you guys. I always like it when you're here. And last but not least, Heather Brown. Now,
Good evening, Mayor, City Council.
did you come to talk about the sand? Or?
Actually, I came to give you more research data. I know it's boring, you probably don't like it, but I've been doing research, on the water situation for a long time, since 2001. And recently, even though against my associates' better judgment, we've only done this test twice, for 3 years. But it seems that the current configuration of the whatever the chemicals are, well, you know what they are, in the water, is what it's doing is it's breaking down the outer waxy coat of plants. That's called a cuticle, okay? And then there's just like us, there's an epidermis, which is what it's called. There's an upper and lower epidermis on plants. And in between that, there's cells that help it with its, churning CO2 to oxygen. When that gets damaged, the plant literally looks like it's being, it's not getting any water. And you can water this plant and water it and water it and water it, and it'll die anyways, because the outer waxy coating has been taken off by the solvents, trihalomethanes, HA5. And then what happens is the chromium-6, what it does is it goes in and damages the upper dermis and prevents the plant from, protecting itself, producing oxygen, which is what, plants are here to do, other than the ones we eat. But, I was going to beg you, I've noticed they've cut down several trees, like in the little shopping centers and things, and they weren't dead. I don't know if they were bothering people or birds were landing in them and they were, causing a disturbance that way, as birds will when they have trees. But we need trees. Trees that are healthy, we shouldn't cut them down. If they're like not being watered and they're still thriving, we should do whatever we can in this valley to maintain them, because as the water evaporates, if there are no trees, what happens is it just evaporates and goes to another place. But if we have trees, when it evaporates, it actually gets collected by the underneath side of the trees. Well, the plants that we watered, half and half of them got watered, and the other half was just like an environmental thing. They just could absorb it from the soil or whatever, which seems to be the best way, because the water, and it's not everywhere. Imagine that. It's only on the underground water aquifers, which we've discovered is only on where the fractures are, where the fracture line is. So that San Andreas Fault, if you had a geographical map of the fault lines, that's where the aquifers, the underground water aquifers, tend to, accumulate, and they go from southeast to northwest. So that's the line that they go along. So it tends to be more like downtown Lancaster, and Quartz Hill, amazingly, doesn't have a lot of this contaminant in it. I guess because of, the sorts, which I've already told you where it's coming.
Because Sheldon's on
I showed
the board.
him, yeah. Did you go out there and look at it? It's really scary. Don't go too close to it, but, Google MapQuest, 1011 Lockheed Way, it'll show you right, the 5 acres. But it goes, like I said, the southeast to northwest.
There's nothing we can do as long as we don't control the water.
Well, okay, just really quick, they could go out there, remove what's there, and put the layer of, what the EPA, or the old EPA,
We don't have
determined was
EPA.
safe, so it wouldn't percolate through the ground into the underground water aquifers. That's what's causing it, as they're putting what's left in the tank just on the ground. Anyway, thank you for your time.
Okay, that ends the speaker cards. I guess that's it. Any comments from the council? Any comments from the staff? The meeting is adjourned. What?
I want to ask Planning Commission and Criminal Justice.
Oh, Planning Commission, Criminal Justice. You got anything? Got anything? Other than, how old you are? I remind myself how old I am when I look in the mirror, and my hair is falling out. And if you think yours isn't, I'm here to tell you that it is.
It's okay, though. I got you beat.
But that's not what I wanted to say. I just wanted to thank you all for adopting Ordinance 1022 on the grazing of animals. And I certainly would take exception to the speaker this evening. Unfortunately, he's left, so maybe he'll watch this tonight on his... It took a lot for Marvin to vote for that. It did? No. 1022?
Marvin's the one that proposed it. Yeah.
Kind of what I thought, but I don't want to take exception with you, Mayor. Well, not right now, anyway. And we actually have some exciting hearings coming up, one of which is a very large residential development project that we had our first hearing on last week, or last meeting, I should say, and out on the west side between K and K8 and roughly 65th West and 70th West, over 700 unit project, which will be coming online if the applicant is actually telling the truth. We believe he is, and they're well funded, so hopefully we'll have some new residential development in the next couple of years out on the west side. Very nice. So we're looking forward to it.
I'm anxious to see the architectural upgrades.
Yeah, we mentioned that as well. Yeah.
Good. Okay. Thank you. Okay, that's it. The meeting is adjourned until Tuesday, June 13th, 2017 at 5 p.m. Carol, I'm going to be late. I got to meet somebody. Oh.